co-founders of the Emmaus Ministry. Thank you so much for joining us. And you started this 11 years ago.
That's right.
Tell us about why you started this.
Well, we lost our son, Paul, 18 years ago. And we had been cradle Catholics, but really our faith was terribly shaken. Our marriage was troubled. Diane did what most women do. She went to support groups. She went to therapy groups. She went to psychoanalysts. She went to psychiatrists. I did what most men do, is I pushed it down deep inside me. I clammed up and pretended that nothing ever happened. We were actually getting nowhere in our faith journey and finding peace with the loss of our son until Diane began to go to spiritual direction with a nun here in Boston, which led us to St. Anthony's Shrine, a community of Franciscans in Boston. And in a long, circuitous route, ultimately Diane working for them and finding peace and comfort as her faith grew. It would take much longer than we have here to tell you the full story, but ultimately she suggested to the guardian of the community a retreat for parents who had lost children. So we started doing a retreat in 2009, and we began to have people come from all over the United States to retreat in Boston. So ultimately, Diane and I decided that after we had retired by that time and decided that we were going to take our ministry throughout the country, which we've been doing now for at least 7 years. We're cooperating with at least 10 dioceses and have done well over 70 retreats throughout the entire United States for parents who've lost children of any age, by any means, no matter how long ago.
So you saw the need and you filled it with this ministry. How are the programs and retreats helping other parents?
Well, the whole core of the ministry is based on the rich teachings of the Catholic Church. As Charley said, we tried everything in the beginning after our son Paul died. But the only thing that helped after several years was focusing on the fact, under the guidance of my spiritual director, that life has changed for Paul, not ended. We will see him again. He's very much alive and well and at work in our life right now. And that's the only thing that brought us peace and comfort. So that was the whole beginning of the ministry. We decided that if it brought us so much peace and comfort, other grieving parents out there needed to hear it as well. So that is really the core of the ministry, and that's the focus of what we do at the retreats.
In the video we just saw, the priest was just saying, too many people feel like they're alone, and the important thing here is that you're helping people feel like they are not alone. It's also, isn't it a time when many parents actually get mad at God? And you say, right?
Oh, definitely. When it happens, we're all faced with the most essential question that we ever begin to ask in our faith. Why? And how to reconcile a loving, all-powerful God with the type of horror that has impacted our lives. And unfortunately, that causes many people to say there is no such God. And we find many people leave the church, lose their faith.
And you found, I love on the website, you say that there really is no healing without God.
That's absolutely correct. You cannot find peace and comfort, as C.S. Lewis once said eloquently, that there is no peace and comfort apart from God. There is no such thing. It does not exist.
I love the name. Tell us about choosing the name.
To Diane and I, it symbolically represents parents on a grief journey who are joined by a companion who assists them in understanding and healing. I think that's the essence of the Emmaus story, and that's the essence of what we try and do in the Emmaus Ministry. We're parents companioning other parents.
Exactly.
And you're offering now, have all the retreats gone virtual because of COVID?
Yes.
Yes.
We have done, our second virtual retreat was last weekend. We're doing another one coming up in November. We would love to come back in parish settings to do retreats. but we have absolutely no idea when that is ever going to be possible in the foreseeable future. So we'll continue to do virtual retreats and offer other programs virtually that we've been doing.
Thank you so much for all the work you have been doing for helping so many parents. And we have more information, or our viewers can find out more information about the ministry on your website, which we will put up for them, emfgp.org.